I'm joined now by Kelly Malcolm, VP Exploration, AMEX Exploration. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on. I'm doing very well, thank you. PDAC is busy.
Yeah.
We've got a really exciting story, and we've had a lot of meetings that...
Unbelievable story.
Very exciting, high-grade gold in Quebec, great infrastructure. We've got a lot of traction in the market, and the management team is very excited about this story.
Since Victor was here, I'm going to say 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, stocks, when I first found it, it was 19, 20 cents. Hit $1.50 recently. Sold off hard, and you might say it's technical. There's been some stories floating around that maybe aren't the kindest. Well, maybe we'll talk about that a bit later. You've also put $5 million into the company by way of a financing at 75 cents, I believe.
Correct, and the majority of that was taken up by Eric Sprott, who's a big mining gold investor.
He's sort of the man, you know. And okay, so now you got more drilling. You've announced another drilling
10,000 meter campaign. We announced it today. That's in addition to the 3,000 meters that we've done this year. We're fully funded for that. We're drilling for about $160 a meter all in.
Yeah, that's not that much, is it?
It's peanuts in comparison to
no
many other companies.
No helicopters involved here.
0 helicopters. We've got over $5 million in the bank. Very well financed for this drilling campaign. And we should have enough money to continue drilling if we do decide to extend this program even further.
So as far as a project goes, would you argue this is a difficult one, easy one?
It is honestly such a simple system. It looks like a sheeted quartz vein system, very linear. When we're drilling into this system, we're able to target effectively within about 3 meters of our projected pierce point. We're not really seeing any folding, nor faulting, nor deformation. It just looks like a sheet that plunges off to about 70 degrees and is simple as a good thing.
These things, I was talking to Victor earlier, and he said these things can go for several kilometers.
Correct. So in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt, the typical depth to strike extension, so strike is your horizontal extension, depth is your vertical component, is often 5 to 20 times your strike length. So theoretically, say you had a kilometer-long strike, arguably you could go down for 10 kilometers in vertical extent. And
so if we could dream a bit, potentially this could be a monster deposit.
We think it could be a very valuable deposit. We don't know the numbers of ounces, but these are very inexpensive ounces. We've been drilling some
and you're adding them fast too. You're adding them bonanza grade, adding them fast.
Yes. Exceptional grades. It's like I said, it's an easy story. We're developing this thing very rapidly.
So I was saying, so go back to the thing I mentioned earlier. There was a guy who writes, I guess, about mining deals, and he came out with some untoward comments about the way the information was being
portrayed.
Mm-hmm. And like I've known Victor. Victor's character is impeccable as far as I'm concerned. So. I mean, is he just guessing? Is this guy...
So I never heard the actual presentation, but what we did today was we uploaded all of our drilling data, so we wanted people to be able to do their own due diligence.
Right, so it's clear, right? It's like...
Take our collars, take our surveys, take our assay composites, and make your own interpretations of where our drill holes are going.
So you got nothing to hide, obviously.
Nothing to hide. We're happy. We're ecstatic for that matter.
Yeah.
We had a little price correction over the past few days.
Hey, look, I'm a technical guy. I look at charts, and it would be almost like saying things just don't go in one direction. No. There's buying forces, selling force, and the more you go one direction, the greedier people get and tend to push it a little further. Mm-hmm. And conversely, the other way around, like if he starts to back off, people think, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm buying into something that's going to make me lose all my money. But anyway, look, it's the ship looks to be righted now, where I think you're trading around 98, 99 cents.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing story considering where you were and how long you sat
at the 5 to 8 cent range for 2 years, basically, just with little flutters here and there.
Yeah.
Even our original discovery hole into the system was in December of 2017. We hit that 12 point something grams over 4 point something meters, with a 47 gram over 1 meter interval, and a 15 gram over half a meter interval.
Right.
Didn't really move the needle for the market. It got us intrigued enough that we came back and did our follow-up hole.
Right.
But we were still sitting at that 8-cent range for a year or so prior to our current follow-up holes, which have got the market very excited.
Right. So now with this money that you have, and we're going forward here, can we expect results on an ongoing basis?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got one rig, and you're gonna add another rig.
So we've got one drill. We're basically doing a hole every, call it 4 to 5 days right now.
Okay.
As we start drilling deeper,
It's going to take longer.
It takes a lot longer. So at that point,
Yeah,
we'll
because
bring
the
another
rocks
drill
get
rig
denser,
in.
don't they? As they go.
It's not even that. It's just it takes a long time to drill a deep hole, because you have to step back continuously because you're drilling on an angle down. So to drill, call it at 500 meters, you have to drill an 800-meter long drill hole.
Right.
So they take sometimes up to 3 weeks. So when that comes in, when that happens, we'll bring another drill rig in order to have continuous news flow, as we've done so far. Every 2 to 3 weeks we've had
you've how many holes have you released now that have had this high grade?
I think we're at 8 or so holes from 1817 through to 2019-27.
Okay.
So 10 holes is what we've released. We're drilling now on hole 33. We've got some holes in the lab right now, and we're hoping to have some news out maybe sometime next week once we start compiling all the
Sure, and I would take it that when people start to see this kind of grade in the mining sector, bigger mines, you probably get phone calls from companies, and
we've had some nice chats with a couple different groups.
I won't go any further with that because it's conflict.
Yes.
Or it's confidential. Well, look, is anything you want to add?
No, we're happy. We're enthused. We're drilling. We're, as we mentioned today in our press release, hitting visible gold continuously in almost all of our drill holes.
Yeah.
I just want to stress how much of a dream this project is to drill. It's just easy.
It's going to look good on your resume.
It'll look nice, yes.
Kelly, thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate it.